A Fraternity-Sorority Guide. Chapter 1. A Fraternity-Sorority Guide. Fraternity Guide/Sorority Guide. Fraternities are fraternal social organizations for undergraduate students in North America. In Europe they are called corporations. Sometimes they are considered mutual aid societies, which provide academic and social activities. Despite what you see in movies about how cool fraternities are, all my experiences as friends of fraternity members has led me to conclude that they're mostly normal, insecure guys looking to have friends. They drank a lot and smoked a lot of weed even on weekday nights. It's pretty easy when you live in a house with 20 other guys. One advantage could be cheap rent. The rooms weren't much to look at, but it was real cheap. They did have big parties where they invited sorority girls to come over, but they were just drunk fests for immature people. Fraternities and sororities can exist solely on one campus or part of a larger national group. There are fraternities for grad students, ethnic minorities, or members of a profession. Fraternities and sororities all have a code of conduct and rules. Many fraternities socialize with other chapters. Some hold periodic conventions for all members. Usually, fraternities are all-male organizations. Sororities are female. Generally, the names of fraternities consist of several Greek letter names, but some have other types of names. Fraternities and sororities supposedly volunteer and do fundraising activities, but all I saw was a bunch of guys hanging around together. The main ritual is an initiation period, then members vote whether to let you in or not. During rush week before school starts, potential members get acquainted with members. At the end of this week, the frat gives invitations to membership. The probation period starts. After the initiation, the person becomes a full member. I visited fraternities, but I like my own space and my own thoughts. There's always somebody in your face at a fraternity wanting to know your business. Fraternity websites/sorority websites. NIC.org, National Institute of Fraternities. NPC.org, National Panhellenic Council, Sororities. NPCwomen.org, National Panhellenic Conference. NICINDY.com, North American Intrafraternity Conference. NGLA.org, Northeast Greek Leadership. CFC.org, Southeast Interfraternity Conference. GreekRank.com. SepsiOnline.net, Southeast Panhellenic Conference. AFLV.org, Fraternal Leadership and Values. SororityLeafy.com, education_issues/issues123.html, hazing, it's not just a college problem anymore. collegeofview.com/articles/cv/campus-life/fraternities_and_sororities.html. greekpages.com. fratfiles.com. phiredup.com. people.howstuffworks.com/fraternity.htm, how fraternities work. people.howstuffworks.com/sorority.htm, how sororities work. fratfiles.com. thegreekrush.com. orgs.ttu.edu/go-greek. Fraternity and sorority websites at dmoz-odp.org/society/organizations/students/fraternities_and_sororities. Click a letter from A to Z. Search DMOZ. Subcategories. By campus. By conference, council, or association. Coed Fraternity ES. Men's Fraternity ES. Women's Fraternity ES and sororities. Alumni. Associaciones and councils. Chats and forums. Downloads. Education and research. Guides. Issues. Opposing views. Professional services. Shopping. African American. Asian American. Class societies. Gay, lesbian, and bisexual. High school. Honor societies. Latino. Local groups. Multicultural. Native American. Filipinas. Professional groups. Religious. Service groups. Men's fraternity websites at DMOZ-ODP. dmoz.organizations/students/fraternities_n_sororities/men%(2) 27s_fraternities. Alpha Chi Rho. Alpha Delta Gamma. Alpha Delta Phi Fraternity. Alpha Epsilon Pi. Alpha Gamma Omega. Alpha Gamma Rho. Alpha Gamma Sigma. Alpha Kappa Lambda. Alpha Lambda Tau. Alpha Phi Alpha. Alpha Phi Delta. Alpha Sigma Phi. Alpha Tau Omega. Beta Kappa Psi. Beta Sigma. Beta Sigma Psi. Beta Theta Pi. Chi Delta Beta. Chi Phi. Chi Psi. Delta Chi. Delta Kappa Epsilon. Delta Lambda Phi. Delta Omega Sigma. Delta Phi. Delta Sigma Phi. Delta Tau Delta. Delta Upsilon. Epsilon Sigma Rho. Farmhouse. Gamma Phi Delta. Gamma Zeta Alpha. Groove Phi Groove. Iota Phi Theta. Kappa Alpha Order. Kappa Alpha Psi. Kappa Alpha Society. Kappa Delta Phi. Kappa Delta Rho. Kappa Sigma. Kappa Sigma Epsilon. Lambda Chi Alpha. Lambda Phi Epsilon. Lambda Sigma Upsilon. Lambda Theta Phi. Lambda Upsilon Lambda. Nu Alpha Kappa. Nu Phi Psi. Omega Delta Phi. Omega Psi Phi. Phi Beta Sigma. Phi Delta Psi. Phi Delta Theta. Phi Gamma Delta. Phi Iota Alpha. Phi Kappa. Phi Kappa Pi. Phi Kappa Psi. Phi Kappa Sigma. Phi Kappa Tau. Phi Kappa. Theta. Phi Mu Delta. Phi Sigma Chi. Phi Sigma Kappa. Phi Sigma Phi. Pi Alpha Phi. Pi Delta. Pi Delta Psi. Pi Kappa Alpha. Pi Kappa Phi. Pi Lambda Phi. Pi Psi. Psi Chi Omega. Psi Upsilon. Sigma Alpha Epsilon. Sigma Alpha Mu. Sigma Beta Rho. Sigma Chi. Sigma Delta Alpha. Sigma Lambda Beta. Sigma Nu. Sigma Phi. Sigma Phi Delta. Sigma Phi Epsilon. Sigma Pi. Sigma Tau Gamma. Sigma Theta Epsilon. Tau Delta Phi. Tau Epsilon Phi. Tau Kappa Epsilon. Theta Chi. Theta Delta Chi. Theta Xi. Triangle. Zeta Beta Tau. Zeta Phi Rho. Zeta Psi.